been a beautiful day in the SF Bay, and now it's time for some Friday night lights. It's ACC women's volleyball on the West Coast with a classic rivalry on tap as the number 5 Stanford Cardinal are hosting the California Golden Bears. Hello everyone, I'm Jenna Becerra with you here on ACC Network Extra for a big time matchup. It's the 100th time these familiar foes have faced each other. Stanford has the overall record advantage, 86-13. But this week it's been a home and home matchup on the schedule. And just 48 hours ago, they battled each other on the other side of the bay in Berkeley. For the Golden Bears, Cal was led by the reigning regional freshman of the year, Maggie Lee, who had a team-high 8 kills over at Haas Pavilion. But Stanford was able to take control early, and they never let it go. Every part of the game was clicking for the Cardinal. They were able to score a bunch of different ways at the service line, on the attack, and they also took care of business at the net with some of the best players in the country. This was the recipe to secure the 8th sweep of the season for Stanford and their 8th straight win over Cal. This is what it looked like. Elia Rubin led the way with 11 kills. She's 3rd in the ACC in kills per set. Sammy Francis, a match-high 6 blocks, and is top 10 in the nation in blocks per set. As mentioned, Maggie Lee's 8 kills were a huge piece of the puzzle, in addition to Natalie Lau, who has really stepped up as of late with her 9th double-double of the season with 13 digs and 15 assists. They're going to need some of that production here going up against their rivals once again here at Maples Pavilion. The 100th big spike will look like this. Cami Miner, Anna Pringle, Jordan Harvey, Lizzie Andrew, Elia Rubin, Sammy Francis, and Elena Ogilvie for the Cardinal as she delivers the first serve in the 100th big spike. First point still up for grabs. Maggie Lee gets the first point. The Golden Bears notched the first one here just a few days ago. Actually, about 48 hours ago, they were in Haas Pavilion in Berkeley. Stanford able to get the sweep over Cal for their 8th consecutive victory over the Golden Bears. A lot of ground to cover there, and that's off the block. Rubin delivers. Evened up at 1 here in the first set. Elia Rubin leading this team in kills, led the match in kills just a couple of days ago with 11. 3rd in the ACC coming into this in kills per set. Off the block and got it done. Stanford now takes the lead for the first time in this one. Sammy Francis, Elia Rubin. Such a dynamic duo at the net as Jordan Harvey will serve. Peyton Desjardins ran into a wall. Tooling the block to get another one for Cal. Tied up once again at 2. Side out for the Bears. Gianna Martalo at the service line. Tip from Francis, recovered by the Bears. At the net. Off the block for the Bears. Hit is wide from Kate Mansfield, so Stanford will retake the lead. Cardinal coming into this one with an overall record of 15-3 on the year, 7-2 in the ACC. Flip flat for Cal, it's 2-7 thus far in the conference slate, one of the most potent conferences, if not the most, in the country. They're 10-11 overall. Strong swing by Sawyer Thompson, the sophomore out of Lawrence, Kansas. Thompson, a key piece to the puzzle as one of the underclassmen stepping up for this Cal team. opportunity here for the Bears. Dug up by Rubin. Epar Kurt in the house, and she'll register the kill. The redshirt freshman has been killing it literally in her first official collegiate season. Strong swing there. She hit a match-high 563 against Cal on Wednesday. Helped lead Stanford to a 352 performance. There's Taylor Yu, freshman. Roll shot. Tools the block. Peyton DeJardin, the junior out of Pasadena, California. Knots it back up at 4. She'll go back to the service line. Made an all-tournament team at the Buffs Invitational earlier this season. The joust at the net. There's Maggie Lee. Tools it again. Cal retakes the lead. Already a bit of an improvement for the Bears so far in this one. They had a 3-0 run early in the match on Wednesday, led to a 5-3 lead, but then Stanford got 5 in a row to retake the lead and never give it up the rest of the match. But a little bit of back and forth here as that one will fall in for the Cardinals. Lizzie Andrew registers. Andrew 7th in the ACC with a .355 hitting percentage coming into this match. Cami Minor, service. Maggie Lee again with the tip this time. Great idea. Little off-speed action. Cal ahead once again by 1. That's the 3rd kill of the night already for Maggie Lee. Head coach Jen Malcolm talked about how she's only a sophomore, but really one of the leaders, not only in performance, but with the voice, and she shows it there with the kill. It just keeps rolling for the Bears. They're now up by 2. 7-5 here in the first set. That'll fall in for the Cardinal. They're back within 1. Epar Kurt will serve for the Cardinal out of Istanbul, Turkey. That's a service error, first one of the night for Stanford. First one of the match, putting Cal back up by 2. Something that Stanford's known for is aggressive serving. It's well known that head coach Kevin Hambly doesn't mind if they make some service errors as long as they're always attacking. They made 22 in their win on the road against then number 12 SMU. Still got the sweep. The tip pancaked. Great recovery by Cal, but a free ball here for Stanford. Lizzie Andrew from the middle. Kevin Hambly loves the approach on the attack from Lizzie Andrew. Had an immediate impact here in her first collegiate campaign. As Elena Ogilvy, 2-time Pac-12 Libero of the Year, sinks one in. The first ace of the match. Kevin Hambly calls Elena Ogilvy secretly one of the best players in the country, does not give enough credit. She had 2 aces against Cal on Wednesday. At the net. Into it. Just missing there is Ellie Ham, the senior. So the Cardinal now with the lead, 9-8. Pretty good turnout here at Maples Pavilion on campus at Stanford. Quicker than usual turnaround to be playing the same team. Wednesday night to Friday night, just about 48 hours. Roll shot from Maggie Lee. Jordan Harvey finds the floor. Harvey, another one of the underclassmen coming up big for Stanford so far this year. Started to figure out how to work with her rhythm. She's taken on a much larger role this season as that serve will go long from Ogilvy. Stanford the first to 10, but Cal having an opportunity here with Maggie Lee at the service line. Just long there. Stanford will get the advantage in the side out. Back to serve once again. Jordan Harvey getting ready. And she'll get the ace. Second one of the night, both for the Cardinal thus far. A 3-point lead, the largest we've seen so far here in the first set. Over to Rubin. Off the block, Cal continues. Maggie Lee. Tried to come from the back row, but couldn't quite connect correctly. Point goes to Stanford. Cal will call the timeout smartly here. They trail 13-9 here in the first set. We'll step aside here for a quick break and we'll be back with you in just a moment at Maples Pavilion. Fortunate to have her. Harvey with the serve. Jardin blocked. Point goes to the Golden Bears. They're now at double digits. Four different Bears registering kills so far tonight. As mentioned, Maggie Lee with a match high 4. That was the 5th right there. Jardin tools it. Her second kill tonight. Second most on the team. She reads this and times it up beautifully. Sammy Francis there standing at 6'6", tallest on the court here today for Stanford. Jardin was able to take advantage. There's head coach Jen Malcolm having a quick chat with some of her team. As Kevin Hambley on the other side was considering submitting a coach's challenge, but decides not to after a quick chat with his team. Serving is Gianna Bartolo. Back set. Well struck by Kate Mansfield. Cal starting to crawl back into this one. Mansfield also another all-tournament honoree at the Buffs Invitational earlier this season. Golden Bears tie it up. Perfect execution at the net right here. It's exactly the energy that Cal was hoping to bring in this rematch. Rubin tools it. Stanford will regain the lead. Team's leading attacker now at the service line. Rubin made the All-ACC preseason team, along with 3 other Cardinal. Cal recovering. Francis slams it down. Sammy Francis with her first kill of the night. utilizing her height advantage right there to tool the block. Rubin with a nice serve. Cal out of system, but they recover. Minor attempts the dump. Diving are all the Stanford Cardinal. Somehow they make it, but finding the floor and taking advantage is Cal. What a rally as the Golden Bears climb back within one. Take a look at that recovery. First Minor, then Harvey, and Rubin on the knees. Minor over to Rubin this time. Check that, E-Park hurt, making it hurt. Cardinal with the 2-point lead. Mention how this is such a stacked ACC slate. So many teams ranked in the top 25. 3 in the top 5, including Stanford. Stanford coming in at number 5 overall, Pitt number 1, and Louisville number 4. The Golden Bears strike back. She'll go back to serve. That's Peyton DeJardin. She had 5 kills as well as a couple of digs against Stanford on Wednesday. Tooling it again, E-Park hurt. Cami Minor, one of the senior leaders on this team, will take to the service line. Two-time ACC Setter of the Week this season, the first season in the conference for both these squads. Maggie Lee shut down. She'll go for it again. This time gets it. Maggie Lee sits atop the board with 5 kills. Once again, a match high, all on her own. Sawyer Thompson. Jordan Harvey. Cardinal. The 2-point lead once again. Minor reading this nicely as Harvey puts it away. Kurt to serve. Off the net. Maggie Lee, dug up by Ogilvy. Rubin tries to find the back corner, but Cal sticks with it. Delivering once again, that's Jordan Harvey. Coming on strong here towards the end of the first set. Cal with a nice recovery there. The back set from Minor set up beautifully for Harvey to capitalize. A 3-point lead now for the Cardinal. What a rally. This time it's Cal's turn. Ellie Ham with the slam. Golden Bears back within 2. Ham, a senior, another California kid. Has a long history in her family of attending Cal. Her brother Easton currently plays water polo at Cal. This service error will put Stanford as the first to 20 here in the first set. Elena Ogilvy at the line. Another ace. The third of the match. That's a second one. For Ogilvy, that's a match high. Cardinal up by 4 here, now sitting at 21-17. You look at the score, you see Stanford up by 4, but the way that Cal has played so far has been exactly what head coach Jen Malcolm was talking about for the Golden Bears. They're very much in a rebuilding year, she said. She's in her first season at Cal. Very happy with the way that they've worked hard since her and her staff joined and got on campus in Berkeley back in January. She herself played at Iowa State. Took them to their first ever Sweet 16. Knows what it's like to play at an elite level. And she's really looking forward to bringing this Cal team back into the national fold at a high level. It's also her first year as a head coach. She was the associate head coach at UCLA last year. Was the interim head coach for about 7 matches while the current head coach was with the USA national team. She said the transition has been interesting, but she loves it. And on the other side of the coin, Kevin Hambly for Stanford in his 8th season for the Cardinal, and an overwhelming 186-40 all-time record since he's been here at Stanford. But even more impressive, 91-12 at Maples since he stepped here on campus. He had a 32 consecutive win streak to start his tenure when he came to Stanford, and they've been elite ever since. Number 5 team in the country. This week, they were as high as number 2 in back-to-back weeks earlier this season. Lena Ogilvie, the 5th year at the service line, a big part of that. Maggie Lee recovers her own. Ogilvie digs it up. Can't connect. Cal getting the first point out of the break. I asked both head coaches this week, what does it mean coming into the big spike? You already played each other this week, but it's still a rivalry match. What does that extra layer do for the teams? And Jen Malcolm said, of course it adds a little bit of extra layer. And you can see that energy from the Bears with Ellie Ham and Peyton DeJardin right there at the net. Bringing the roof down on Jordan Harvey. Cal back within 2 with Maggie Lee still at the service line. Cardinal barely recovered there. A near ace would have been the first for Cal. Dig by Ogilvie. Rubin stuffed. The defense, something that Jen Malcolm has been pleased with so far for Cal. Great coverage there for the Golden Bears. Minor to Francis. Slammy Francis, ladies and gents. The side out for Stanford. They're up by 2 once again. Francis, such a presence there at the net. Look at the angle on that. DeJardin long. Looks like there was a touch, however, so the point will go to Cal. They're back within 1. Got to give a lot of credit to the Golden Bears. Again, the way that they're competing. You just faced this team. You just got swept at home in Bear territory, and you come out fighting like this on the road. It's a testament to what they're building culture-wise as well. Block executed by the Cardinal. Sammy Francis gets the kill, gets the block. The versatility from the senior does not go unnoticed. Elliot Rubin now at the service line. Free ball. DeJardin. Long, but Rubin keeps it in. There's Epar Kurt. All smiles for from Epar Kurt. That one right there might have been long, but Rubin kept it in play. Stanford finished the play. It is set point. 24 serving 21. Service error will bring Cal back within 2. Three service errors for Stanford so far tonight. 3 aces as well. Still set point for the Cardinal. Sophia Johnson is serving for Cal. Point will go to the Golden Bears. Violation called on Stanford. Cal not going away easily. Something Kevin Hambley said about the approach is that they're looking at this week not just as 2 matches, but as a 6-set match at least. It's the 4th set for them. And shutting it down is Sammy Francis. Set number 1 goes to the number 5 Stanford Cardinal. They take it 25-23. Slammy getting it done.
Back to set 2 action here in Maples Pavilion. Stanford clearing out that first set 25-23, barely scraping it over the Cal Golden Bears, winning the side out game barely 65% per 60 from Cal. Cal putting up a much better fight than they did on Wednesday against Stanford when they played on their home floor. Leading Stanford in kills is Epar Kurt, 5 for 5, still hitting 1,000. And on the opposite side, Peyton DeJardin and Maggie Lee also with 5 each. All those players are tied for most kills in the match as we get ready to get underway here in set 2. And it'll be Natalie Lau, the setter, starting at the service line for the Cardinal. Pass ball by Ogilvy. Minor goes to Rubin. And the block is there, but Cal can't quite keep it up. And so, first point of the set goes to Stanford off the kill from Elia Rubin. Back to serve for the Cardinal, Elena Ogilvy. Pass by Bartello out to Lee. One-on-one and tries to go over the block but misses hands. So it'll be a point for Stanford on that one. So Stanford up 2-0 right there. Ogilvy again. Trouble pass by Lee. Lau bumps it out to her. And great swing though. Just working it off the inside arm of Sammy Francis. The block set up well, but Lee still able to tool them. Maggie Lee here at the serve. Just out. Good eye by the Stanford serve receive. And they're up 3-1 here in the second set. Up a 1-0 on the match. Serve by Harvey goes long, trading service errors here in the beginning of the second set. Stanford up 3-2. And it's the libero Gianna Bartello back to the service line for the Golden Bears. Pass by Pringle. Minor goes quick out to Rubin, tipping, and finds the open spot in the back court. Smart tip by Elia Rubin puts Stanford up 4-2. Elia Rubin now serving. Gets it on DeJardin. Bartello will bumps it out to her. Desjardins tries to go for a sharp cut shot, but doesn't get it over the net. So Stanford up 5-2. Rubin serve again. This time it goes out. Another service error by the Cardinal. Gets Cal within 2. Stanford up 5-3. Sophia Johnson now serving for the Golden Bears. Defensive specialist. Passed well by Rubin. Minor goes to Francis on the slide. Powerful swing gets that one down. Sammy Francis certainly has a live arm. There's no question about that. The set location on the slide and the timing still getting worked out tonight. Coco Kirsch, the defensive specialist, acting as a serving specialist here tonight, checking in. Tough serve. Bartello deep in the seam on the slide. Picked up by Harvey. Minor to Kurt, tipping. That ball is up. Desjardins tries to work it off the block. Rubin has that ball up. Minor to Kurt again. Bartello is there. Lau goes to Desjardins. Dug in the back court by Kirsch. Minor bump setting Kurt. Off the block. Was there a touch? No touch. That ball is long. Great rally, but it ends up in a Cal point. Stanford up 6-4. Desjardins serve to Kurt. Off hands. Stanford can't quite track it down, Ken Bartello. And so it's a point for Stanford. They're up 7-4. It looks like there's some more members of the 2019 Stanford women's volleyball team, or some of the past members of the volleyball team. I see Courtney Bowen, Stanford Alade, Peyton Chang in the stands enjoying the game. Lau to Lee. Sharp cross court dug by Ogilvy. Kept alive by Rubin. Ogilvy puts that ball back over. Free ball. Lau on the slide. Dug by Rubin. Minor to Kurt. Sharp cross court swing almost takes us out. And that ball is hit wide. But some great defensive gets by Elia Rubin here tonight. There's no question that she's all over this court. Cal's point though, Stanford still up 7-5. Minor to Andrew. Lau to Lee. Tipping picked up by Harvey. Minor to Kurt on the right. Picked up in the backcourt. Lau to Lee. Dug by Ogilvy. Rubin will set up Harvey and gets that ball down in the sharp cross-court corner. What a great swing over the block by Jordan Harvey. Stanford is up 8-5. Harvey's serve now tough. Passed well by Lee. Lau goes on the slide. Blocks back by Rubin. Bumps it out to Lee. Into the block. Recycled again. Lau tries to go for the dump, but instead puts it into the net. So point Stanford. So Stanford is up 9-5. And E. Parker is back at the service line. Her serve will go into the net. Cal within 3. Stanford still up 9-6, leading 1-0 overall on the match. Lau back at the service line for the Bears. Passed well by Ogilvy. Minor to Harvey on the right, down the line, but that ball is out. Harvey just couldn't make good contact on it. Cal pulls within 2. Stanford still up 9-7. Lau out on the serve. Stanford goes up 10-7. Ogilvy back at the service line for the Cardinal. Short serve goes into the net. Stanford still leading 10-8. Maggie Lee serving for, tough serve, but passed well by Pringle Minor to Francis in the middle. Good block touch by Cal. Desjardins, or Lee, wait. Confusing play at the net, but either way, it's a point for Cal. They pull within 1. Stanford still up 10-9. Lee with the serve. Passed well by Ogilvy. Minor to Harvey on the right. Dug by Lau. Over the net. Francis tries to put it down. Can't quite make it. Tries to put it down again. This time it's successful. That's called out of bounds, but I thought that was off hands. Kevin Hambley might be challenging now as it stands. We're tied at 10s here in the second set. Stanford leading 1-0 on the match. Kevin Hambley still talking with the down official. No challenge. We're tied at 10s. Lee with the serve. Passed well by Pringle. Minor to Francis in the middle. Gets a touch. Point Stanford. So Stanford up 11-10, ends a 3-0 scoring run from Cal. Tough serve by Harvey, but it goes into the net. Tied at 11s. Gianna Bartolo libero for Cal serving. Tough serve, but passed well by Ogilvy. To Harvey out of the back row. That ball is just long. Harvey has looked good from the back row in previous matches, but not quite connecting with Minor on it here tonight. Cal up 12-11. Bartello again with the serve. Passed by Pringle. Minor to Francis on the slide. Dug by Mansfield. Lau off the block. Minor to Rubin in the sharp cross court and down. So we're tied at 12s here. Rubin serving now. Pass by Desjardins. Lau goes to the middle. Gets that ball down on the side of Stanford. Cal up 13-12. Sophia Johnson back to serve now for the Golden Bears. Tough serve. Rubin makes the pass. Francis on the slide. once again, just right on the sideline. Kill by Stanford ties us at 13. Coco Kirsch now serving for Stanford. Tough. Handled well. Lau goes to Desjardins, gets it down. Cal Oct, 14-13. And Desjardins serving now for Cal. Passed well by Ruben. Minor to Harvey out of the back row. Wow, tough, but dug well over the net. Kurt rolling, picked up by Tarlo. Lau on the right, dug in the cross court by Harvey. Minor to Kurt, just straight to the floor on the sharp swing. Just absolutely dropped that thumb and got that ball down. And that'll bring Cami Minor back to the service line as we're tied at 14. First team to 15 will get the advantage as we go into the media timeout. Lau to Lee. Ogilvy there, but there's no controlling the power on that one. So we'll go to the media timeout. And we'll be right back to action here in Maples Pavilion. Out of the media timeout, it's Cal leading 15-14 over Stanford. Stanford leading 1-0 overall on the match. Stanford currently hitting 291 to Cal's 241 overall, but in this set, 167 for Stanford to Cal's 105. So Stanford out hitting the Bears, but still losing the set. Minor to Andrew in the middle. That ball is out. So point for Cal. They're up 16-14. This serve, tape trickler. Ogilvy makes an outstanding play in order to get there. Then Harvey with the swing over to Kurt, plays it up. Minor back out to Harvey. Gets it down on the Cal side of the block. So side out Stanford. They trail in this set 15-16. Kurt now back to the service line for Stanford. Out to Lee, tipping, picked up by Ruben. Minor goes to Andrew in the middle, dug by Cal, but out of bounds. So quick play in transition gets Stanford the side out and ties the game at 16. Kurt serve again. Ace for Kurt. That is the first of this set, but fourth on the match overall. And the service pressure that the Cardinal applies in this match just might make sure that they come out on top, because they now lead 17-16 here in this second set. Kurt serve again, this time pass well. Lau on the slide. Ogilvy is there, but can't quite get good contact on it. So that's a kill for Cal. And we're tied at 17. Lau, Natalie Lau, the setter, back to the service line for the Golden Bears. Pass by Pringle. Minor to Harvey on the right. In between the seam of the block or down the line. Couldn't quite tell, but either way, it's a kill. Jordan Harvey puts Stanford up 18-17. Ogilvy serve. Pass by Desjardins. Lau in the middle. Finds the open court. Tied at 18s, another neck-and-neck set here in the second. Very different story from the game on Wednesday. It was just a complete blowout by Stanford. Cal being competitive here tonight. Lee serve passed well by Ogilvy Minor. Quick out to Rubin, tips it to the floor and finds the wood.
Subbing in to serve for the Cardinal, number 30, Taylor Yu.
And it's Taylor Yu now subbing in to serve for Stanford. Pass well by Bartolo to the middle. Out to Mansfield now, and that's blocked back by Stanford. Roof put on by Elliot Rubin, and Sammy Francis put Stanford up 20-18. And Cal wants a timeout. We'll be right back here.
Since 1980, the Human Rights Campaign has worked for the day when gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender individuals are ensured of their basic equal rights and can be open, honest, and safe at home, at work, and in the community. If you would like to become involved in their fight for equal rights or would like to support the efforts of HRC, please visit their website at www.hrc.org. That's www.hrc.org.
There are more than 6,000 orphan diseases affecting from a few hundred to around 200,000 Americans. The National Organization for Rare Disorders has one goal: to work toward the prevention, treatment, and cure of these rare orphan diseases. NORD serves as a clearinghouse for information and also provides referrals to specialists, support groups, and other sources of assistance. Contributions are always needed. For more information, visit www.rarediseases.org.
Cal taking his first time out of the set. Stanford up 20-18. Trying to go up 2-0 on the match to the Cal Golden Bears, longtime rival of the Stanford Cardinal. A big spike tonight here at Maples Pavilion. Taylor Yu. Picked up by Ogilvy Minor to Rubin, tipping, falls on the side of Cal. Checking in for Cal is Ava Meriton, number 22, 6'1" redshirt junior from Alamo, California. Served by you on DeJardin. Lau out to DeJardin, off the block. Lau to the right this time. Tried to push, but blocked back by Elia Rubin. Stanford up 22-18 now. And Mansfield will check back in for Meriton. Another timeout here by the Cal Golden Bears. We'll be right back.
Teach for America is a national corps of outstanding recent college graduates and professionals who commit to teaching for 2 years in urban and rural public schools across our nation. These young teachers work diligently to ensure that students in our country's lowest income communities are given the same educational opportunities as those in higher income areas. If you're a college senior interested in becoming a part of this corps, or if you would like to help support this effort, visit www.teachforamerica.org.
The North Peninsula Neighborhood Services Center helps poor and disadvantaged residents of South San Francisco, San Bruno, and Brisbane. The center provides emergency food, shelter, and financial aid, as well as repair and handyman services for low-income homeowners throughout San Mateo County. To learn more, call the North Peninsula Neighborhood Services Center at 650-583-3373.
Stanford up 22-18, up 1-0 here on the match, trying to close out this second set and look onwards to a sweep. Taylor Yu continuing to serve out of the timeout. Trouble pass by Desjardins. Lee tries to set back out to her. Off the block, picked up by Pringle. Minor to Rubin. Off hands. Lee picks it up in the backcourt. Lau to Desjardins. Tough chance. Lau on the slide to Mansfield. Off hands and out of bounds. Point Cal. Stanford still leads 22-19. Bartello here with the serve. Pass by Pringle. Minor bumps it out to Rubin. Desjardins swing. No touch and out of bounds. So point Stanford. They're up 23-19.
California scores off the Stanford touch. Point Cal. Correction. Ball out of bounds. Points. Now serving for Stanford, number 13, Elia Rubin.
Stanford up 23-19, and Elia Rubin back to the service line for the card. And it'll be an ace for Elia Rubin, Stanford's 5th of the match, and that brings up set point Stanford. Looking to close out the second set and go up 2-0 over the Cross Bay rival. And it's another ace for Elia Rubin. Back-to-back aces guarantees the Cardinal the second set, 25-19. After winning the first set, 25-23. We'll go to the extended timeout, and when we come back, it'll be the Stanford Cardinal looking to get their second sweep in a row against the Cal Golden Bears. What a great break here in Maples Pavilion. Members of the 1994 and 2004 National Championships team on campus for homecoming weekend were honored during the break between sets 2 and 3 on court for the Stanford Cardinal. What amazing squads of women who are just a couple of teams in the long, long history that Stanford has. Second to none in the country, continuously on top, an established powerhouse with an NCAA. But here tonight, they're just focused on sweeping their Cross Bay rival, the Cal Golden Bears, as they're up 2-0 here in Maples Pavilion in front of a large crowd here, students and alumni alike. And it'll be Elena Ogilvie starting at the service line for the Stanford Cardinal. Short serve, gets it on Mansfield. Lau out to Lee, into the block. The block didn't touch it, I don't think. Yes, so it'll be 4 contacts on Cal. And that'll put Stanford up 1-0 to start this third set. Ogilvy with the serve, gets it on Bartello. Lau to the slide. Great block by Rubin, recycled by Cal though. Lee, long, no touch. Point Stanford, they're up 2-0. Ogilvy again. Gets it on Desjardins. Lau to the slide again. Dug in the cross court by Minor. Ogilvy to Rubin. Wow. What? Elia Rubin with a swing that just absolutely... I don't know if there's anything sharper than a 4-4. That was like a 4-3. Where a middle blocker usually stands. An absolute hammer of a swing by Elia Rubin puts up Stanford 3-0. Ogilvy serve. Handled by Desjardins. Lau out to number 18. Ashley Lee, not Maggie Lee, for the Cal Golden Bears. Registers the kill down the line. Stanford still up 3-1. Now Maggie Lee back to the line. Miscommunication between Rubin and Pringle leads to the ace for Maggie Lee. Cal within one, Stanford up 3-2. Pass by Rubin, Minor to Harvey, into the block. Stanford got out to a quick 3-0 lead, but Cal on a 3-0 run of their own ties us at threes. Lee. Almost an ace. Harvey bump setting Rubin. Off hands. What a kill by Elia Rubin. Completely out of system where the Cardinal. Harvey just bumping something up to Rubin. And is able to set her up for the kill. Chalk the assist up to Jordan Harvey. And now it's Taylor Yu into serve for the Cardinal. Desjardins goes out to Jordan, pushes it over. Francis plays it up. Minor to Rubin, tipping. Lee has that ball up. Bump set out. Rubin over the block and down. So it looks like Ashley Lee has checked in on the right side for the Cardinal. Serve pass by Desjardins. Lau goes back to Desjardins. Stanford up 5-4. Serve to Cal after the swing off the hands by Desjardins. Natalie Bartello. Pass by Rubin. Minor to Francis. Works it off the block and out of bounds. Puts Stanford up 6-4. Cal working out their rotations, it seems. Rubin with the serve. Gets it on Lee. Lau to Desjardins. Blocked straight down by Francis and Minor. It's Elia Rubin back to the service line for the Cardinal. This serve gets it on Lee. Lau to the right side for Lee. Works it off the tape and down. Sometimes you're skillful, sometimes you're lucky. Ashley Lee getting both there. Dribbles off the tape and just on the side of the Cardinal, so Cal is able to register the kill. This serve passed by Ruben. Minor to Kurt, tipping. That ball is up, but not for long. Falls. Kill for Paul Kurt and point Stanford. Stanford leads 8-5, and it's Coco Kirsch back to serve for the Cardinal. Oof, and her serve is just long. That's a good read by the serve receive of Cal. Stanford still leads 8-6.
Now serving number 55, Kate Jarden.
DeJarden serving for the Golden Bears now. Tough serve, passed well by Kurt. Minor to Andrew on the slide, blocked back but covered by the Cardinal. Ogilvy bump setting Kurt off hands, picked up by Cal. Lau goes to Lee, tips it over. Ruben plays it up. Minor to Ruben out of the back row, mistimed. Lau to Lee, off the block, picked up by Ruben once more. Minor to Kurt, and Cal is into the net, so gives the point and the kill to Stanford. They're up 9-6.
And serving for the Cardinal, number 2, Kaylee Minor.
Tyler Rubin heading to the sidelines for a quick checkup by the trainer. Fixing up something on her knee. Quick pause here in Maples Pavilion as we make sure that players are safe and okay before we continue play. On the match, Stanford hitting 320 to Cal's 155. 6 service aces by the Cardinal here tonight. 5 blocks as well. All right, everyone's all good to go. It's out of the quick break, not quite a timeout. It's Cami Minor at the service line for Stanford. Pass by Bartello. Lau to Lee, sharp cross court, dug by Ogilvy. Minor to Ruben out of the back row, tipping, dug by Bartello. Lau to DeJarden, back row attack as well, picked up by Stanford. Minor to Andrew in the middle. Quick attack in transition puts Stanford up 10-6. Minor again with the serve. Bartello with the pass. Lau on the slide. Long range set by Natalie Lau. Fooled the Stanford block. Stanford still up 10-7. Pass by Ruben. Minor to Harvey. Cross court swing dug. Lau goes over on 2. And Cal trails 8-10. Cal's serve goes into the net this time. Puts Stanford up 11-8.
And now serving for Stanford, number 15, E.R.
Kurt now with the serve. Lau on the slide, dug by Miner. Momentarily made a good read, but couldn't quite keep that ball under control. So kill by Cal on the slide. Stanford still up 11-9 in this third set, up 2-0 on the match.
Now serving, number 12, Natalie Lau.
Natalie Lau back at the service line for the Golden Bears. Trickles over the net. Ogilvy is there. Miner to Harvey. Quick set, and Harvey works it off the block. Stanford leads 12-9.
Serving for the Cardinals, number 9, Elena Ogilvy.
Ogilvy back to the service line for the Cardinal. Short serve. Picked up by Lee. Lau to the middle. Is able to work it down the seam of the block. Is Ellie Ham.
Now serving for California, number 3, Maggie.
Lee back to the service line for Cal. Pass by Pringle. Miner to Rubin. Gets a touch off the block. Stanford up 13-10.
And some back in the serve for Stanford, number 30, Taylor Yu.
Yu with the serve. Just goes long. That'll bring the libero for Cal Bartello to the service line. Good pass by Ruben. Miner goes to Joust. Bartello plays it up. Lau to the middle. Dug by Yu. Miner to Ruben. Works it off hands. Cal can't keep it up. Stanford up 14-11. And it's Rubin to the service line for Stanford. And we'll go into the media timeout here as the ball is hit out of bounds and Stanford leads 15-11.
Fans, join us on the floor.
Out of the media timeout, it's Elia Rubin now serving for the Cardinal. Leading 15-11, tough serve. And Cal can't manage to get it over. So point Stanford, they're up 16-11. Rubin now with the serve. Shank pass by Lee. Bartolo is able to bump set all the way out to Desjardins. Off the block, Rubin plays it up. Miner, all options. Goes to Francis on a tight back one. Kurt has that ball up. Miner gives it back to her. Blocked out of bounds, but out of play. So point for E. Park Kurt. Stanford leads 17-11. Cal wants a timeout. We'll be right back.
Did you know that only 9 out of 100 students who start their freshman year in an urban high school receive a college degree? The Match Teacher Residency Program is out to change that. Boston-based Match Education trains committed first-year teachers to work effectively in inner-city classrooms. Since the program began, 100% of its graduates have been hired as urban school teachers across the country. If you're interested, you can learn how to join Match Teacher Residency by visiting matcheducation.org. That's matcheducation.org.
Since 1982, the San Francisco AIDS Foundation has been providing services to people living with HIV and AIDS and helping to fight the epidemic through education, awareness, and advocacy. If you would like to become involved or would like to help support their efforts, go to www.sfaf.org. That's www.sfaf.org.
Out of Cal's first time out of this set. Stanford up in the third set, 17-11. They're up 2-0 on the match. So with the win here, they'll take their second sweep in a row of the Cal Golden Bears. Rubin's serve gets it on Lee. Lau to Desjardins. Kill by Desjardins brings Cal within 5. Stanford still leading handedly, 17-12. Kurt with the pass. Minor. Rubin out of the back row. Interesting play. Ball was off the tape, but ended up landing on the sideline of Cal's side. So that's a kill for Elliot Rubin. Stanford up 18-12. Bevin here with the serve. Goes out of bounds.
Serving next for Cal, number 55, Peyton Desjardins.
And it's Peyton Desjardins serving for Cal after the miss serve by Stanford. Stanford still up 18-13. Kurt with the pass. Minor goes to Harvey out of the back row. Harvey registers the kill. Stanford up 19-13. Minor serve. That looked like it might have been an ace. I guess Lee got it up. Ogilvy able to get that ball off the face. Rubin, spectacular play to keep that ball alive. Lau to Lee. Blocked back by Stanford. That's turning defense into point scoring opportunities. Timeout by Cal, so we'll be right back.
The Search Dog Foundation recruits dogs who have been rescued from abuse or abandonment, gives them professional training, and partners them with firefighters to find people trapped in the wreckage of natural disasters or accidents. If you would like to support their efforts, become a volunteer, or nominate a dog, please visit them online at www.searchdogfoundation.org. That's www.searchdogfoundation.org.
As a doctor, I've seen too many women with breast cancer who could have avoided extensive treatment or even death had they just gotten an annual mammogram. Every major medical organization experienced in breast cancer recommends annual mammograms for women 40 and older. Please, if you're 40 or older, get Get a mammogram every year. If you have a family history or other risk factors, talk to your doctor about what's right for you. To find an accredited center, visit mammography-saves-lives.org.
Out of the timeout, it's Stanford 5 points away from their second sweep of the week against the Cal Golden Bears as they lead 2013. Cami Minor continuing from the service line for the Cardinal. Wow, on the slide, dug by Rubin in the cross court. Harvey keeps that ball in play. Ogilvy puts it over. Wow. To the slide again, dug by Rubin again, off the scoreboard. Minor keeps it up. And Stanford with quite a scramble play, gets that ball over, slide again. Rubin can't get there a third time, but it was a great defensive effort from the Stanford Cardinal. Elia Rubin just wanted a check after that play, but Elia Rubin, 12 digs on the match, Ogilvy with 10. Ellie Rubin has a double-double, 12 digs, 12 kills. Rubin with the pass here. Minor to Harvey. Sharp cross court. Doug. Wow, will bump set Lee. Ogilvy is there. Minor to Andrew in the middle. Off the tape and out of bounds. Cal within 5. On a mini run, 2-0 out of their timeout. Good use of the timeout by Cal's head coach. This time the serve goes into the net. So Stanford up 21-15, 4 points away. Kurtz tough serve, but handled ball by Lee. DeJardin out of the back row, dug by Minor. Ogilvy to Harvey on the right, off hands. Cal keeps it up. Lee, the block was there, but Harvey couldn't quite locate the ball after it was off the block. Stanford still up 21-16. Lau with the serve, passed by Pringle. Minor to Rubin, off hands and out of bounds. Elia Rubin brings Stanford 3 points away from the sweep. And it's the libero Ogilvy back to the service line for the Cardinal. Lau to Lee on the right, dug by Pringle, just out. So that ball was dug back over the net.
Now serving for California, number 3, Maggie
Lee. Maggie Lee serving. Pass by Pringle. Minor to quick to Francis in the middle. Ooh, there was a pop on that ball. Sammy Francis hits a heavy ball. Cal's blockers couldn't quite handle. Stanford 23-17. You with the serve. Lau tries to go on the slide, can't quite make it happen. Minor to Rubin, tipping. Bum set out to DeJardin. That ball is long, there's no touch. Match point, Stanford. It's Taylor Yu's serve. Pass by Bartello. Lau Desjardins tipping, picked up by Yu over the net though, and Desjardins is able to put it down. 1 match point saved. And it's the libero Bartolo serving. Tough serve passed by Ogilvy. Minor will bump set. Rubin just sets it over. Miscommunication by Cal a little bit. Lau goes out to Desjardins. Pringle has the dig. Ogilvy can't keep it up though. But that was a great effort from the 5th-year libero out of Honolulu, Hawaii. Everyone trying to clear out of her way to give her a path. Perfect pass, Minor to Francis down the line, and with the slide kill. Stanford gets the sweep here on the homecoming weekend in front of lots of fans and alumni against the longtime rival of the Stanford Cardinal, the Cal Golden Bears. They win it 25-23, 25-19, 25-19. Leading Stanford in kills was Elia Rubin, 13 kills, hitting .462. E. Parker with 10, hitting .471. Sammy Francis with 9, hitting .421. On the match, Stanford at .355, holding Cal to a .183 hitting percentage. Elena Ogilvy registering 11 digs, Elia Rubin with 12, and Stanford on the match had 6 blocks as well, along with 6 service aces. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Ryan Estival. Thank you for listening to KZSU 90.1 FM Stanford. Have a great night.